back, everybody. This is Tyler Webe from Pro Physique, and it's Friday. I hope you have all had a fantastic week. Doing it is whatever you do. So today, wanted to do something a little bit different. I realized that I have not really done a Who is Tyler Webe video. So I have gained quite a bit of followers over the last few months, and I really wanted to just do this video, kind of give you an idea of who I am, what I'm about, and be a little more personable for you guys. I don't want to be someone who's just kind of, out on the fringes and you don't really know, who I am and, stuff like that. I like being personable. That's just part of my personality. I like to get to know people. I like to know what makes them tick, likes, dislikes. So figured, well, why not do that for you guys? So if this is not your type of video, I'm sorry, you can stop watching. But if you want to get to know me a little bit more, keep on watching. So, all right, so I was born in the United States of America, down in California, in a small little town called Modesto. It's right near Sacramento. We lived there for about a couple years. Then my family moved up to another small town in Washington State called Linden. It is right on the border of Canada, right tucked away in the Pacific Northwest, about two and a half hour drive north of Seattle. And that is where I grew up my whole life. Growing up, I was very much into sports. I played a lot of sports, very active. My main sport was hockey. Both my parents are Canadian, and so there was a lot of heavy Canadian influence, and so that is how I really got into ice hockey. I played that from about 2 to 18, but I dabbled in a ton of other sports. I played football, I played baseball, I played soccer, I did track, I played a little bit of lacrosse, so very well-rounded. But I got into weightlifting in grade 9. So freshman year of high school, that is when I got into weightlifting. That's when I got introduced into weightlifting by a class that we had at school, a weightlifting class. Basically, all you did, the class was lifting weights, which was pretty awesome. And that is definitely where I absolutely fell in love with the gym, the weight room. I just always loved, that was always my favorite class. Also the easiest class as well. I mean, got A's to lift weights. So that was pretty cool. So that's where that passion started and really grew into what I am doing now, obviously. But let's backtrack just a little bit. We'll get to that there in a little bit. After high school, graduated, of course, did a semester or about a year of community college, and then I actually took off to Europe for 9 months, lived there. Going to a school, and that is where I met my wife. So we have been married now 6 years. We'll have known each other for 10 years this September. She actually lives, and this is where we live now, in a small town just across the border in Canada. So we grew up pretty much beside, near each other for our whole lives, but only met about 10 years ago. We've been married for 6, like I said. We now live in Canada, so because both my parents are Canadian, I do have dual citizenship. So it was a lot easier for me just to move up here and start settling down, not having kids, but settling down up here. So we now live in Abbotsford. It's a small little town, well, bigger than when I grew up, and it's about an hour outside of Vancouver, British Columbia. So I've been living here now for about 6.5 years. Absolutely love it. It's fantastic. I still play a little bit of hockey every once in a while, and that's all good. So that's kind of just a quick synopsis of my life, kind of how I ended up. So my passion for weightlifting led me to pursue a degree in kinesiology. So that is essentially exercise science, just a bit different terminology. It's a little more study of how the human body moves, but essentially exercise science, because kinesiology is not quite a super common term out there. So got that degree, it was about 4 years ago now. Finished up, became a personal trainer, all right, at a local box gym. From there, I worked there for about a couple years, and then from there, I moved to a small boutique gym locally, and I worked there for 4 years, and really expanded my knowledge, learned a lot about just being a kinesiologist, which was fantastic. And then just recently, last October, I got the opportunity to come and work for Paul Ravella at Pro Physique. Now, this was definitely a dream come true. Super excited about that opportunity. And so I've been Pro Physique coach now since October, and it's been such an amazing experience to do that. I just absolutely love helping people reach physical goals, as well as just helping them change their mental mindset, the way they view food and the gym, and it's just been amazing. What else about me? Well, I love the outdoors. So if you have never been to this area, where Vancouver, Pacific Northwest, it is probably, especially during summer, spring, is one of the most beautiful places in the world. And they're within about 2 to 2.5 hour drive of where I live. There's, over, hundreds and hundreds of hikes. So during summer, during the nicer months, you'll definitely find me hiking a lot. Always trying to find cool new trails. Me and my wife will at least try and get one big hike in a week. That's the plan. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But love being outdoors. Last year, I did a 7-day hike. There's an island near us. So we went and did a 7-day overnight hike on that. And that was really cool. Absolutely loved it. Such a great experience. So if you've never really do a lot of outdoor stuff, get outside. It's awesome. It's a great experience. And it just works so well with a healthy lifestyle. Love music. Definitely love heavy metal music. That is probably my forte, but I can definitely go the whole spectrum. I can go from country, classical, whatever, all the way to the heavy metal stuff where you can't understand a single word that they're saying. So absolutely love music. I am an avid reader. All right, I love to read for pleasure. Like, if I have a good enough book, I can easily spend 6 to 8 hours in a day and just read, and without a break. It's another passion of mine. I absolutely love it. Favorite genre, I would have to say, is fantasy sci-fi, right? So things like Game of Thrones, which I stopped watching when they caught up with the books. So I have yet to see a Game of Thrones episode since they stopped at the books. I know, and I don't even know what's going on. I just don't even pay attention. Or things like Lord of the Rings. Absolutely love that type of music. We have 2 cats. I'm sure you saw them up there. That one is Charlie, all right, orange cat. And we have another cat, Isabel. Trying to work on getting a dog, but still working on the wife on that one. Anyways, what else? Oh, I am also a ambassador for Core Nutritional. So they are a amazing supplement company. Absolutely love them. They're fantastic. So if you use the code TWEEB at checkout, you get 10% off. Go check them out, guys. It's just an amazing company. That's just a recent as well. That just happened in February. Love to travel the world. Traveling, that's another passion of mine. Last year, my wife and I, we spent a month in Europe, backpacking, going all through the Balkans, did a little bit of Western Europe, but we had kind of already done all of Western Europe mainly, so we wanted something a little bit different, something a little more off the beaten path. That is definitely us. We like to do things that normally most people don't go out and do. We typically never stay in a hotel. We'll always try and do an Airbnb and always try and eat as locally as possible. We love to explore the foods, the culture, anything that most people won't do on a vacation. That is what we try and do. That might sound hipster, I don't know, but it's always a fantastic experience doing those type of things. You just learn so much more about, the world and how people act, and how different cultures interact with each other. And it's always an amazing experience, because you quickly learn that when you're in your little bubble wherever you live, like, there's just this whole other world out there, and it's really cool. I highly encourage you, if you have the opportunity, go travel and try and do as the locals do. It'll definitely give you so many different perspectives on the world around you and your own life. So that is another huge passion of mine, and we try and do as much as we can. So I think that's going to be everything for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I know it's kind of a random video, and I kind of maybe jumped here and there a few places, but hope you enjoyed getting to know who I am a little bit more. If you want to know anything more about me, what I'm about, what I love, shoot me a message, leave a comment down. Please hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate that. If you enjoy the videos, we will get back to more educational here in next couple days. Again, have a fantastic Friday and a great weekend, guys.